Bay Packers. It's a rivalry that dates back to 1921. The Packers and Bears are underway from Chicago. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
To throw is Rodgers. He gets this to Davante Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second down, another shot for Jones. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Rodgers going to throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he is going to have a Packers first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 3rd and 2, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That's complete right side to Lazard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat. He's got the first down inside the 10. Touchdown! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Field throw there taken in by Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
2nd and 5 now. Fields. Here's a diving catch right side.
I know retirement ceremonies and rocking chairs often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Fields into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. He's at the 50. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the Bears are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And out of bounds. This will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The give is to Jones. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 31. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain. And it's 3rd and 2 now. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he is going to be taken down. They got him, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken at around the 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's going to let it go again. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On 1st down, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. The screen pass here to Cohen. Out of bounds inside the 35. A big play there on the screen pass.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give running left with Montgomery. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No one wants it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And it's a Packers touchdown. Allen Lazard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Off by Jair Alexander. On first down, Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now the man from Kentucky, this is Lynn Bowden. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Off play action. Fields out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields swings this out here for Cohen. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, Fields. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14. They snap it to Fields. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Space to run past the 20, and he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
121 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now Jones. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here's Cohen now to return. And he returns this to the 22. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers. He's going to air one out.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A give to Jones. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
135 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. On the counter, here's Jones. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Packers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Fields. Flushed out right. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll go again to Jones. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Cohen now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, and it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line.
And now off to the races down the right side. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all. And they're trying to get something going after one there. But you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Rodgers looking to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play. You come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's got room. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Extra point up and through, and the lead will swell by one more.
Packers 41, Bears 10.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Cohen now to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Being chased out left. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Bring it.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And one last throw here for Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. A big offensive explosion helped lead.